Hi everyone, this is the disembodied voice of Patrick Galactic. Are you an artist? Do you have friends who are? Then Weird at Night wants to show your work. We feature music, poetry, painting, dance, drag, comedy, sketch, short films, animation, literature, and much more. Yeah, I just read the graphic, but I also wrote the graphic, so it's only kind of cheating. Do you want to be a character on Weird at Night? You absolutely can. Whether you want to make something for the show or have something specific you'd like us to air, you can do it by either emailing us at weirdatnight@gmail.com, or the much cooler option is to join our Discord server, send me a friend request, and then send me a DM. Weird at Night is a place of celebration and collaboration. We're always looking for new and fresh things for the show. If you have an idea you want help developing, we're down to help. Art is the antidote, attack with love. I'll see you in a few minutes.
I'm the Pink Cloud. I'm a mythical creature here in the Waniverse with my friends, Booger Bitch Fantasia Man and Stone Cold Steve Austin. I hated all humans and lived a life of substance abuse and self-loathing. But I discovered friendship and now I feel a lot better. Welcome to Weird at Night! This is the pre-show. The live show will begin at 10 p.m. as our guide, Patrick Galactic, steers us on a course to the Artmosphere. Weird at Night is a humor-based community art share stream. The Waniverse is a land of safe but challenging fantasy. We get real stupid, and oftentimes we do them at the same time. We're interactive. If you got something to say, at Weird at Night in the chat, and we'll read your comments, as long as they aren't hateful piece of shit kind of stuff, and at least somewhat related to the show. This is a place of art, acceptance, of tolerance, and understanding. Misogyny, racism, homophobia, transphobia, and all other xenophobic ideologies are not welcome here. But if you ain't dumb like that, welcome to the Artstravaganza! Starting at 10 p.m.
springs forth, what bile does bubble. The black moon swings and the sky stirs treble. Yeah, it does. It really does. By violent ends, we kill the light. Through the shadows, madness beckons. Weird at night.
Freed from the shackles of time and space, we present Weird at Night!
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your band, The Big O. I want to encourage you to tune in to Weird at Night right here on Converge Media every Saturday at 10 p.m.
Hello all! Welcome to Weird at Night! I'm so excited to be back with my weirdaroos, my weird-arinos, my weird... People. I'm Patrick Galactic, your guide on this 1-hour voyage through art, space, and time. Hello to everyone watching on Twitch. Hello on YouTube. Hello on the Converge Media Facebook page. Double hello. Welcome. Make yourself comfy. The water is warm. There is no water. Don't get water on your computer. And it's almost time to kick things off. But as always, the traditions must be observed. They must be, damn it. Join me now for a stirring rendition of the song of the cosmos. Ready? Thank you! My little chat cherubs, your digital approximations of a human voice sounded beautiful. Wunderbar! But we're diving straight in, and we're doing it with the one and only monster of ceremonies, Terry motherfucking Monstrosity.
Didn't play on the interstate. Venom stashed in the attic forest. Activation automatic forest. Thinking fast, but I lack the source code. Porous trash, wanna match the morals that it takes, so the last is foretold. If it can't get straight to it, then you gotta try angles. Keep a square in your circle, I'm aware it can hurt. But we don't gotta buy cable. Take the power from work, get straight to it. Then you gotta try angles. Keep a square in your circle, I'm aware it can hurt. We don't gotta buy cable. Take the power from work. Vibration sequence with the hibernation, with the melodrama, Andromeda hypothesis that the mind made. Peas in the pie rockin', yeah, it's Harambe. Please, it's a but phenomenon, it's LeBron James. Lost a lot of hands and we played a long game. Blocked a lot of fam and then it all framed.
So good. So good. Terry's just so goddamn good. Give this man everything. Everything. Give him your car, your money, your food. He deserves it all. Seriously, Terry is on everyone's radar, but we need to boost the signal, because if there is one single person I know who should be a lot more famous, it is the monster who never misses. Never misses. But we gotta get into the guts of this or we're gonna miss it too, my deadlies. It's time to fire Time to fire up the subneutronic engines of the sleeping beast we call Weird at Night. And to do it, I need you to turn rationality off. I need you to turn what the fuck to 11, because this cosmic calamity ain't an accident, cowpoke. No. It's an extravaganza of galactic proportion. Weird at Night is a twice-weekly art voyage through the stars. We love music. We love surreal comedy. Weird at Night is like a smoky patchwork quilt with Twilight Zone, 90s cable access, Pee-wee's Playhouse, and Reading Rainbow, all stitched in like a good grandmother would knit for some kind of legacy giving thing. Anyway, we're astonishingly wholesome for people who say fuck as often as we do here. More importantly than all of that, we're a show-munity. The chat is 100% where it's at. A lot of the stuff we'll be showing tonight was made by someone hanging out in the chat. So, as always, give thanks to Queen Most because you're chatting amongst royalty. Seattle rapper and vibe impresario DeQueen is the true and ultimate ruler of the Waniverse. Check out DeQueen's Bandcamp, which I am dropping in the chat right now, and give praise. Don't fear the darkness, darling. We're weird. It's night. You're in the right place. Respect for each other and the flow of the show is essential. Distractors, spammers, we'll eject you, so don't fuck around. Come on. Give us a follow, and at some point in the night, I'm going to sing you a little tune and put your name in the pretty lights on the screen. If you subscribe, first-time subscribers, it's so helpful in this unpaid endeavor to deliver abstract amazingness to the masses. I'll put everything down, grab my guitar, and write you a 20-second song on the spot. All right, let the extravaganza begin. And we're leading with First Things Worst. There will be no Weird at Night this Tuesday at 10 p.m. This Tuesday, no Weird at Night. I do everything I can to be here every single Tuesday and Saturday, but sometimes you just have to answer the call. And that call is the soft opening of the brand new Crocodile in Seattle. Blazinspace is going to be running visuals. I'll be there pretending I made the visuals and hopefully get to talk to somebody rich about Weird at Night. In all seriousness, we'll be taking pics and videos and sharing them with you all next Saturday at 10 p.m. But this Tuesday, no Weird at Night. Also, last episode, we played an incredible True Loves performance from the Clock Out Lounge. In the Discord, it came out that Naomi Bayomi Fayomi was not only in attendance that night and fully in art mode. She was there and fully in art mode. I'm doing a terrible job reading tonight. I'm trying to share links and read and do all that stuff. Anyway, Naomi Bayomi made some amazing art and shared it with me, and I am here sharing it with you. So this is some drawings that Naomi did at that very show that we watched that performance from last week, and we are going to celebrate it because, God damn it, art is the antidote, and we have some amazing artists right in our midst. Moving right along, though, we have more stuff to announce, and one of those announcements is I'll be playing bass in public for the first time in 18 months this Wednesday as a part of Hail Mary, the brainchild of my very, very good friend and fantastic songwriter, Rachel Angerman. We're opening for Sam Cobra, who are releasing a new record, and Nordis. I'm so excited. I'm a lot nervous, but I can't wait to be there. I'm dropping links to the show for you now. It starts at 8 p.m. and we're playing first. So if you're not there early, you won't see it. But I've dropped a ticket link and a Facebook event link in there. So if you're interested in seeing me on stage looking like a big dork playing bass, I'd love to hang out with you. That's it's going to be a big night for all of us. This is our first live performance since the pandemic started. So, God damn. First off, incredible song. Shane has been experimenting with a ton of moods and vibes, and this caught me right in the feels. Secondly, fantastic video. It's amazing to watch someone I respect so much finally getting the celebration they deserve. Congrats, Shayna. Huge congrats to Sub Pop for releasing her music. You guys scored huge. You're the lucky ones. I can't wait to see what comes next, but we got some questions and comments. Whoa! Here we are. It's time. All right. So we got questions coming in. Naomi Bayomi Family said, thanks for sharing the art. Of course, the people in this community make fantastic art, and the world should absolutely know about it. So thank you, Naomi, for sharing it with us. Dark Tone the Third asked, what bird is the scariest to fight? Did you not hang out in Noirland forever? The goblin bird, you dum-dum. It's got a paddle ball for a leg. I mean, that alone, they could just boo, 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 boo. Couldn't even get close to it. You can't fight a goblin bird. Alex F&B, what is Bigfoot's actual name? Do you think he actually drinks coffee? And what would be the best way to get him to put on shoes? Well, I think we made some assumptions here that Bigfoot 1 is male. Okay. Bigfoot's actual name is Bernice. And people don't know that. People don't know that. So they make all these assumptions about Bigfoot. But the truth is, Bigfoot's name is Bernice. Bigfoot enjoys caffeinated drinks by a lake while he's eating a deer. And what would be the best way to get him to put on shoes? The best way to get him to put on shoes would have him be to maim you, kill you, and steal your shoes, and then put them on. I mean, that seems so obvious to me, but maybe not always. Bicentennial baby, why do they call it cereal and not breakfast soup? Well, I think people just don't feel like soup is a morning thing, which is wrong because cereal is a soup, people. It is a soup. It's got little stuff floating around in it. It's saucy. It's a soup. And then follow-up question, invent a breakfast soup right now on the spot. You got it. We're going to crush up some pancakes. We're just going to squeeze them, pre-syruped. And then we squeeze them, we wring them out with the syrup into the bowl. And that will be your base liquid, okay? And then we're going to put little chunks of corn, some celery, and a hot dog in there. And we're going to eat breakfast soup. You are welcome. You are welcome. That is a family recipe I was reluctant to share, but for you, anything. TC Blackout asks, what if Bigfoot had normal-sized feet? Is that why he, she, they are so hesitant to make contact? Would Bigfoot enjoy cereal if going to the grocery store weren't so exhausting? Are they misunderstood, or are they speaking a language we can only misinterpret? That's a lot of questions, and a lot of great questions, TC. Thank you so much. What if Bigfoot had normal-sized feet? Well, Bigfoot would probably be much smaller. Is that why they are so hesitant to make contact? Because of their feet? I don't think so. That's Bigfoot's pride and joy, is their giant feet. That's how they're catching the deer and ripping their throats and doing the whole deal. That's how they do it, man. Would Bigfoot enjoy cereal if going to the grocery store weren't so exhausting? You know Bigfoot would, because everybody enjoys cereal. Who doesn't like cereal? That would blow my mind. And are they misunderstood, or are they speaking a language we can only misinterpret? Well, if Booger Bitch Fantasia Man was any kind of indication, I think that Bigfoot is perfectly capable of speaking our language and simply chooses not to. Look around you. Why would anyone choose to speak to a human being at this point? Why would anyone? And then let's see. Naomi Fayomi asks trapezoid or parallelogram. I can't think right off the top of my head what a parallelogram is, so I'm gonna pick it because it sounds right. It's fun to say too. Parallelogram. I like it. Let's see. Other comments here. Alex FMV, fuck you, Weird at Night. The truth is the truth. TC Blackout, well answered. My queries are quenched. And that's what it's all about, baby. That's what it's all about. And you know what else?
We're right here at East Precinct. It doesn't get any closer than this right now. Converge Media produces culturally relevant content for Black and urban audiences. Our coverage is raw, transparent, and objective. Praised by community leaders, government officials, and residents. As a small independent media company, we rely on the financial support of individuals and business members to stay on the front lines of the news that's important to you.
Well, sometimes you hit the button a little too fast, and that's what just happened. That is a little preview of our friends over at Converge Media, who do fantastic work sharing balanced and nuanced coverage of the pressing issues in our city, in our nation, and beyond. I tip my hat to Amari Salisbury, Trey Holiday, and the entire crew over at Converge, just back from Belize, which apparently was amazing. Imagine that. Please take a minute to look at the links I dropped and consider making a financial contribution to their incredible work. It's some of the easiest money you'll ever spend, and every dollar makes a difference. Now, we know that history is a tricky little fucker, right? They say it's written by the winners, but perhaps it's won by the conquerors would be a more accurate statement. We find over and over again that history excludes a lot of vital and important contributions from marginalized people, and quite frankly, it's fucking bullshit. So we've got a video courtesy of Art in Color, a fantastic YouTube channel I highly recommend, to learn about the surrealist artists we've never heard of.
Today we're going to talk about surrealist artists you may not have ever heard of. Hi, my name is Jalen and this is Art in Color, a channel where I talk about contemporary artists of color. Today we are going to talk about surrealism. Surrealism can be defined as a 20th century literary, philosophical, and artistic movement that explored the workings of the mind, championed the irrational, the poetic, and the revolutionary. So maybe a more simplified way of saying that was that surrealists were interested in the unconscious mind, the things that you're not deliberately thinking about, but that your brain is sort of just floating around back there. If you're familiar with the movement, that when I say surrealism, you probably think of artists like Max Ernst or Salvador Dali or Magritte. But we are moving past the basics and we are looking a little bit deeper, and we're going to learn about a couple of artists that were definitely part of the surrealist movement, but maybe did not get as much attention as the main artists. So the first artist I'm going to talk about is Octavio Ocampo. Octavio Ocampo was born in 1943 in Guanajuato, Mexico, and was a surrealist painter. He grew up in a family of designers and studied art from his early childhood. In high school, Ocampo painted murals for the preparatory school and the City Hall of Celaya. Ocampo is known for his sometimes comedic, large-scale paintings in which detailed images are intricately woven together to create larger images. This is what Octavio Ocampo terms his metamorphic style. The next artist is Remedios Varo. A World War II expatriate, Remedios Varo was one of the few acknowledged female surrealist painters of the first half of the 20th century. In Varos' work, she often explores the restriction and oppression she felt through the presence of a cage or a tower, often figuring women within these domestic and isolated prisons. Heavily influenced by her strict Catholic schooling, as well as an early introduction to her father's engineering, Varos' curious allegorical images merge religious iconography with the exacting nature of scientific renderings. Following her death in 1963, Varos' work has since become legendary in Mexico. After her 1971 retrospective at the Museum of Modern Art in Mexico City drew the largest audience in the museum's history, beating out the likes of Diego Rivera and Jose Clemente Orozco. Though her work is little known outside of Mexico, Varo has been called one of the most individual and extraordinary painters of Mexican art. The next artist I'd like to talk about is Catiorna. Also an expatriate of World War II, Catiorna was one of the only women to document the front lines of the Spanish Civil War. As a photographer, her work brought a singular voice, one that showed all that happened on the peripheries of war with a sense of humor and surrealist sensibility. An extremely accomplished surrealist photographer, she was critical in the invention of the solarization technique, which gave photos a silvery aura by partially reversing black and white exposures. Orna made Mexico her adoptive home and continued to live and work in Mexico City with her husband, Jose, until her death in the year 2000. The last artist I would love to highlight is Rosa Rolando. Rosa Rolando was born in 1895 in Azusa, California, but later became a celebrated dancer and performer in New York City, and also as a painter and photographer in Mexico City. Rolando was a leading creative figure in Mexico in the 1930s through the 60s, who is said to have begun painting sometime around 1926. The majority of Rolando's canvases depict colorful, folkloric scenes of children and festivals, as well as portraits of friends and self-portraits. Rolando was adept at the photogram technique, in which photographic prints are made by placing objects on photosensitive paper and exposing the arrangement to light, without the use of a camera. Thank you so much for spending some time with me to learn about surrealist artists you may not have heard of. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It helps me a lot. And also subscribe, because then you'll know when I post a new video. I'll also provide some links down below about these artists so you can learn even more. The question of the day is, who is your favorite surrealist artist? Please leave your comments below and I'll sift through them and heart them and reply and things like that. Thank you so much for watching this video. Until next time, goodbye!
Wow. I was taking a shitload of notes while we were watching that. Couple things. So what tends to happen in these moments is when people discover that there were women and people who weren't white who were making surrealist art at the same time as Man Ray and Magritte and Dolly, they go, well, fuck Dolly and Magritte and all that stuff. Look, I don't think that's the way forward, okay? When we get this new information, it's just important to clarify our understanding. It doesn't denigrate the work of any of the other artists. It simply tells us the truth about where this stuff came from, because I think you can see in those paintings, which many of them were coming right from the time. Some of them predate Dolly, some of them predate Magritte. So if you want to, look at the whole truth of something, you have to have all the information. And I super appreciate Art in Color providing that for us tonight. I'll definitely be going back to look at the work of the people that were discussed. I love and hate the internet, but I will always be grateful that we can dig deep and often figure out the real truth for ourselves. Now, speaking of the real truth, Nada Mucho is one of America's longest running music blogs, and they are the truth. Every episode of Weird at Night, they recommend 8 tracks they want us to know about. And tonight, we're focusing on Native American artists through the ages who we feel are important for people to know about. Our story about Thanksgiving and how it came to be may be total bullshit, but these artists, they're the truth.
Hey everyone, this is Nina Wassenkari bringing to you Nada Mucho, newsy news that's new. Nada Mucho is 100% volunteer driven, supporting independent music since the 90s. In fact, Nada Mucho is one of the first and longest running music blogs ever. Tonight we continue to celebrate Native American Heritage Day by showcasing some of our favorite Native American artists. For each of these artists, we're going to drop the links in the chat. What we want you to do is click on those links and support those artists directly. This is Nina Wassenkari, and you are watching Weird at Night.
He loves me. It's a beautiful day where I come from. Top of the world, nowhere down. I fell in love and then I settled down in the one I love. He loves me. He loves me. Oh, the sunshine shining in my heart. Dream, look at the night. Run it to
Nation. We are the human beings. The callers of names cannot see us, but we can see them. We are the hallucination. Our DNA is of earth and sky. Our DNA is of past and future. We are the hallucination.
Statics with positives overloaded by negatives. conductoring perceptions into distorted emotions. Accelerated life reacted out in variables of extremes, flatlined by the hot and cold of burnt-out resistance. Mining into the energetic subconscious of conscious, the grand schemers calculatedly built their empires. Mining.
They took our tongues. They tried to take our tongues. We lost our language. And we didn't. In Nuvula. We didn't. In Nuvula. You can't take that.
Hey! You got my order wrong! I ordered double bandages!
More bandages!
I'm on it!
Pubes! 3 pubes in every bite, guaranteed!
Are you tired of pubes in your pizza?
Sounds pretty good, right? Shitty's Pizza. The hospital is next door. If you don't know why, just have a slice. Thank you to Shitty's for sponsoring us throughout the last almost 2 years of solid sponsorship. Can't complain. That Shitty's money treats me real good. The animation that you just saw was by our Weird at Night Showmunity superstar, Madeline Williams. Huge love to Madsy. Make sure you go check out Madsy's Instagram because she's posting brand new animations, musical stuff, all kinds of stuff all the time. Madsy is one of the most prolific artists I know. So please show your love. Give a follow on Insta. There's always a lot of fun stuff going on over there. But yes, I saw in the chat it was suggested. I saw in the chat that it was suggested that we should have that we should rerun the Noirland episode. And maybe we can do that. Maybe we can do that. I'm sure that can be figured out somehow. But you know, one way or the other, we will find something to have on the channel on Tuesday. Sorry, I got a weird message here and it distracted me for a minute. So I got a little distracted. This is just a reminder to anybody watching the show who hasn't already. that our Discord server is a lot of fun. We stay in touch there throughout the week. We have a gifts only room. We do auto writes there when we feel like it. We do all kinds of stuff, but it's a great way to stay in touch. It's a great way to continue to build community throughout the week in between episodes. So make sure you join our Discord. If you are watching this on Facebook or YouTube, the link is bit.ly/WAN Discord. That's bit.ly/WAN, WANDISCORD. Also, are you an artist or do you know one? Because if you make music, poetry, if you're a painter, if you do dance, if you do drag performances, if you're a comedian or a sketch comic, if you make short films, if you do animation, if you write literature, we'd love to feature you here on Weird at Night. And it's not that hard. All you got to do is submit via email or Discord to weirdatnight@gmail.com or join the Discord server that I was just telling you about, bit.ly/WAN Discord. If you join through the Discord, make sure you send me a friend request, and then we can private message each other, no problem. So that is that, because we got a bunch coming up still. We are barreling forward in our wagon of strange, and we ain't slowing down. We have a really cool surrealist short film, not for sales here, Not a Mucho film reviews as well, and much more. But as you know, our beloved Noirland shoe detective Steve Germany, with his idiot cohort Dartone, has been reveling in the success of finding out the true identity of the Goblin Bird, who is also returning to Weird at Night next Saturday. But now that he's made his bones, what next? Unfortunately, we're about to find out.
I'm Private Shoe Detective Steve Germany. I've got more than a dozen days on the job and I've seen a lot. Nikes, Adidas, New Balance, even goddamn British Knights. Every shoe has a story. This is one of them.
Doubt. Something that can't be afforded in this line of work. The minute you start doubting, you stop doing. Here at Noirland PD, the S hits the F every other day. There's always some desperate, shoeless person begging for someone to replace the void in their foot with a second matching shoe that they had previously owned. The night air was crisp. Probably. It was hard to tell because I was just looking at the air through the window in Noirland PD. It's cold as fuck out there. I ain't here to freeze. Suddenly, there was a ringing. It wasn't the pants circus, I reminded myself 3 times, exhaling violently, before realizing that it was, in fact, the telephonier. I picked up. Germany, I said, all cool as fuck.
Steve Germany? Head detective of Noirland PD?
A sexy, annoying voice asked on the other end. That's what I just said, I said.
This is Vanda.
Okay. Vanda who? I asked.
You know me already, Mr. Germany.
The stupid, sexy voice continued.
It was just more than a year ago that you found the dog that shit on my sister's shoes.
The voice said.
We hold a cupcake parade in your honor quarterly, Mr. Germany.
Suddenly aroused, I tried my best to keep the pants circus at bay. Well, Vanda, that's, fucking cool. What the fuck do you want? I asked romantically.
Mr. Germany, I am the owner of a pair of shoes so rare, it would make eBay shit its own pants. A pair of display only Nike Air Yeezy Grammys. I trust you are familiar. I had them prominently displayed in my family crypt until very recently.
Yonda kept flapping her smackers, but my dick ears were still ringing off the hook. The Nike Air Yeezy Grammys, the shoes Kanye wore at the 2008 Grammys, were promised to a pants-pooping public, but never produced. They're sick as fuck. Almost as sick as someone deranged enough to steal them. Hear me now. Foot felonies are an atrocity against nature. They fly in the face of every virtue we tell ourselves we have. Foot philanderers are murderous monstrosities that must be separated from society. For at least like five minutes until they're released again. I'm still trying to understand that policy. But believe you me, shoe-stealing shitcakes, the old German's gonna find you. He's gonna find you, and then he's gonna shake you, like, super hard. A shoe is a sacred covering, a symbol of humankind's relationship to nature. Specifically, it symbolizes that we're better than nature, because nature can't get between our toes. Suck it, nature. To steal a sacred covering is a crime against us all. Foot justice. It's why I'm here. It's what I'm about. I mean, basically what I just said. But who? Who could have taken something so valuable from a family crypt? And what is a crypt? Is it a fruit plant of some kind, I'm guessing? Maybe some kind of a teleportation skateboard? Vag cream? Maybe I should have asked, but it was at this moment that I realized in a very dark, sexy, drab way that I was inner monologuing and Vonda was still talking. I had to put an end to that. Where did you last see the Yeezys? I shouted.
See them, Mr. Germany? Why, this morning.
Vonda replied. So the Nike Air Yeezy Grammys went missing this morning? I asked like a genuine pound of grade A dick.
Missing?
Vonda asked with a tone of voice I'd liken to something like tape on a string in a room full of hair.
Mr. Germany, my Nike Air Yeezy Grammys aren't missing at all.
What? I shouted back unnecessarily. You just told me they were in the family fruit plant until very recently. I continued shouting.
Yes, before telling you that I decided to display them in the family bowling alley across from the family podiatry clinic.
Vonda growled like a walrus.
We opened a family shoe museum at that location. I was calling to invite you to the soft launch. We have our quarterly cupcake parade planned in your honor. I truly hope you'll join us, Mr. Germany. I've thought long and hard about it, and I'd like to let you be the only one to ever wear the Nike Air Yeezy Grammys, just for a few moments. And Daltone III is not allowed on the premises. I hope you'll join us. Goodbye.
As the telephone went to bed, I sat at my desk and quietly said nothing, not even to myself. If ever there was a time to question my place in this noir land, this was not that time. I felt the genius coursing through me. Vonda had found her priceless Nike Air Yeezy Grammys and was going to let Stevie G wear them as a reward. Another case cracked. Another foot shooed. Another instance of microwave genius heating up the burrito of mystery. It's not an easy life. It's not a good life. But it's my life. It's the shoe life.
My name is Steve Germany. I'm a dick, a private dick. I just find answers. I don't know why they exist, but there's always a victim, and those victims have stories. Be they Converse, Fila, Puma, or Reebok, I'm the one who tells them.
Wow. Steve Germany is a master. I'm not sure it's at being an actual detective, but he's very good at getting all the credit, ain't he? Well, Steve's trying on his Yeezys, and you know there's more cases coming. We'll hear from Steve Germany, the Goblin Bird, and Dartone next Saturday. Don't miss it. And as always, major shout out and major love to Not For Sale for keeping Weird at Night so goddamn groovy. So many deep grooves out of his wildly creative mind. Make sure you smash his links and show your support. But from support, we turn to critical dissertation. Nada Mucho is a music and culture blog, and we're about to get a big dose of the culture part via our WAN fam, T-Basa, in his review of The Green Knight.
It's a Nada Mucho film review. Don't call it a movie. If you do, he'll be mad.
A24 whores and will take anything they can give. Published by Nada Mucho. The Green Knight, 2021. Directed by David Lowery. Starring Dev Patel, Alicia Vikander, Joel Edgerton. By Tim Basaraba. There are very few pieces of art I will automatically consume without question, but Grant Morrison's comic books, Lupe Fiasco's music, and any film with the A24 stamp are on my short list. Unlike Grant and Lupe, A24 isn't an artist, though, it's a film production studio. Our government may want us to think that companies should have the same rights as you and I, but it's rare that a logo can convince me that what I am about to watch will be excellent. Such is the case with A24. Should I list all the A24 films I have seen to prove my commitment? Yes, but I won't. Instead, I will say that 3 of the studio's releases changed what I thought was possible with cinema. Jonathan Glazer's Under the Skin, 2014, The Florida Project, 2017, by Sean Baker, and of course Ari Aster's Hereditary, 2018. Would The Green Knight be the first A24 film I see in theaters since Midsommar to rise to this level of excellence? Dev Patel in the lead role as Gawain automatically leveled up this medieval film's chances for glory. After first seeing the actor in the brilliant Slumdog Millionaire, 2008, I hoped this talented young man would continue to work with exceptional directors like Danny Boyle. And he did. He was the lead in Neil Blomkamp's insane follow-up to District 9, Chappie, 2015, and starred in Garth Davis's directorial debut Lion, 2016. Although these 3 films all have a fantastical quality to them, they are somewhat grounded in reality. The Green Knight, however, was not. Could Dev go to different depths in this most fantastical of period pieces? The Green Knight is a visual fever dream that explores a hero's journey in a way most films can't. It is deep and ancient, relying less on the words spoken and more on a visual language we understand on a primordial level. The rest of the film's cast, though integral to the story, are far less important than Dev. He is our window into this reality. The people he meets are interpreted through the expressions on his face. In a way, we become him, and he becomes us. Sarita Chowdhury and Alicia Vikander are both spectacular in their limited roles. But the actor that took me out of the moment with a near-silent squeal of, "I love everything he's been in," was Barry Keoghan. His over-the-top mischievous performance confused not only Gawain but myself. The visuals of The Green Knight take this film to new heights. The confusion, anxiety and at times serenity of what is on screen is displayed beautifully with stark colors and moods. I have yet to see David Lowery see other films, but if Ain't Them Bodies Saints, 2013, or A Ghost Story, 2017, are even half as beautifully filmed, I will watch them soon. Some of the title cards before scenes come across as uninspiring, but the choice to have them throughout is bold, and I appreciated that. The film, like many from A24, is one that will need multiple viewings to fully appreciate, but this task will be welcomed by me and others who trust the alphanumeric symbol. If other medieval films which I haven't seen, like The King, 2019, The Name of the Rose, 1986, or El Cid, 1961, then I must watch them ASAP. But because I have no basis for comparison, I will skip it and flat out say The Green Knight is an A, and what I assume is the best medieval film to date. Please don't send me hate tweets saying that Monty Python and the Holy Grail, 1975, is the greatest. Because it is not, and after viewing it 3 times over 20 years and not laughing once, it may not even be funny.
It's a Nada Mucho film review. Don't call it a movie. If you do, he'll be mad.
Very cool review until the very end there, Tim. T-Basa, I'm definitely curious now, though, about The Green Knight. And we'll add that to the endless list of movies that have been recommended but haven't watched yet. It's getting to be a pretty long list. And don't forget about T-Boss's new EP, You Till You Puke, a collection of love songs from the black heart of Tim Basaraba. We switch gears a lot here at Weird at Night, and we're about to do it again. From critical evaluation to loving admiration, we're about to watch a very short surrealist film called Anamnese, produced by a YouTube user named Augusto. This piece features the work of René Magritte, surrealist wunderkind, to tell a really cool visual story. Let's watch it now. Big love to Jonathan Augusto who made that. As a huge fan of Magritte's work myself, I appreciate how much care and love went into making that. Make sure to subscribe to Augusto's channel on YouTube. We drop the links in the chat. There's also a quick reminder that even though this episode is nearing its end, the party ain't over. No. Join our Discord server and hop on the community voice chat channel after the show. I'll be there about 5 minutes after we go off the and I'll probably hang out for about a half hour, 45 minutes, something like that. It's a great way to it kind of feels like a green room after a show or something. But it's really fun and I love connecting with everybody. So join us in the Discord post-show voice chat in our community voice chat channel. I'll be there, like I said, about 5 minutes after we're done. But right now, here we are. 'Tis the auto write. And tonight, let me explain what the auto write is. We've been talking about surrealism. Surrealism is about trusting your irrational mind. Well, when are you're most irrational? When you're not trying to contain yourself. So we do a little exercise here where I count back from 10, and as I do, you simply try to clear your mind. When I get to 1, I'm gonna say go. And when I say go, you just start typing anything that comes into your head. Don't try to make it make sense. Don't spell correct it, don't edit it. You don't have to do that. I mean, do you, but you don't have to. It's more fun if you don't. But as we write for about 30, 45 seconds, I'll say stop. And then we all hit enter a return, and everybody's auto write pops up in the chat, and we read them out loud. And then we're gonna watch an amazing video from Air Jazz on the way out the door. And then we're all gonna hang out in the Discord voice chat, or I will see you next Saturday, not this Tuesday, but next Saturday at 10 p.m. So once again, I count back from 10. You try to clear your mind. When we get to 1, I'll say go. We all start writing as furiously and fast as we can, whatever comes into our head. After about 30, 40, 45 seconds, I'll say stop. We all enter a return. I read them out loud. Perfecto. Mwah. Chef's kiss. All right, we ready? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, and stop. Let's let these pop up here. So here's what I wrote as the rest of them come in. What to wait for when tape is on sale at the hair factory. I'm not outside, I'm just waiting, but for whom? A larva chain store is right next door and my eyelids are too droopy to read it. I think it says spam forever, which is a nice thought. Spam gets a bad rap, IMO. I love dogs and not snakes. I opposite of love snakes. Fuck you, snakes. Alex F&V. Have you ever seen where the birds go in the wintertime? Because I sure haven't. I bet they just fly around honking those stupid goose honks and flying in V's to show off. I bet they don't even know how to land. No good sons of bitches. A land turtle is only a gargantuan version of a meteor rock. And you can't say I'm wrong because you've never tested the theory. So I'm probably closer to right than you are. I haven't even eaten a dog before, so fuck you. Well done, cousin. Well done. TC Blackout. The frog wanted to have a tea party, but the toad was in no mood. The salamander was MIA and the possum was gone for good. But the frog made a doll out of desecrated debris, and soon enough had a family for all good sake. He tried to have a tea party, but it all went to shit because hemlock is not a spice. Gotta be careful with that hemlock stuff, you know what I mean? Dartone III. I slapped a baby and I liked it. The taste of success. I am 350-1 against babies in fights and have thrown twice as many. People look down on you for fighting babies. Some people just hate winning. Naomi. Waves and wind and what you watching? Weak Winnie Walrus wonks out. Whatever. And also, the end. Very nice, Naomi. Bicentennial Bebe. So I make these bird feeders out of reclaimed materials and switch them up outside my window every couple months or so. There's something very cool about creating a space for birds and having them accept it. And then eventually try to communicate with you when the food is low. They fly into the open door to see what might happen if their wobbly adolescents accidentally overshoot the perch. Is that art? Yes, it is. Thank you, Bicentennial Bebe, and thank you everybody for your auto rights. I love doing this with you all. Love doing all of this, and here we are again. No matter how much fun we have, time marches on, and that's kind of lame, right? No, it's the way it is. When we're buckled in here together, living in the moment, time is almost irrelevant. As someone who's crossed the tender threshold of 40, I do everything I can to slow time down. And living in the moment is by far the most successful technique I've encountered to doing so. Weird at Night is founded on 4 key principles. People come first, time matters more than money, art is the antidote, and attack with love. We need each other no matter how much people would prefer to divide and conquer us. The money is in division, it's a con. Any of us can tell ourselves we don't need anybody and that we've always done everything ourselves. I'm sorry, friends, that's a bullshit story. No one has ever raised themselves and taught themselves everything without making a lot of painful and probably hurtful mistakes. We need each other to learn, to grow, and to be better. And I'm glad I have you! And you have me too. We're about to conclude things tonight with a dope video from a group called Air Jazz. This is their video for their track, The Color Jazz. I think you'll love it. I'm Patrick Galactic. We are Weird at Night. Take good care of you and love your people every chance you get. I'll see you a week from today, next Saturday at 10 p.m. Pacific, or right after the show in the Discord chat. Stay tuned for an announcement about what will be airing on Tuesday. Huge love, everybody. I love you all. This is Air Jazz. Air Jazz.
The color jazz, looking through the glass, push it to the test. The color jazz, laugh your stupid ass, have a bazooka blast. The color jazz, looking through the glass, push it to the test. The color jazz, laugh your stupid ass, have a bazooka blast. Palette full of colors, extra dope, whole of the spectroscope. Wavelength, get strength that's vibrant enough to set your clothes. Culture vultures and ultraviolet, summer teacher coats. A rainbow halo, angel shade of Michelangelo. Be Galileo, look up at the moon. My jazz saloon's up there, move your ass, you coon. Tune into a world that swirls with northern lights. The purple circles turn earth more than Christ. Your shoegazy is glass slipper from Cinderella. You're too hazy, big ass dipper, you're interstellar. Been moon gazing in that strippers, what did I tell ya? You get sillier, yet more familiar with the simplest nation in civilization, assembling races so indigenous native trees can grow. A famo man grow, but the plan go. We the plant code, and no damn yo camo. The color jazz, looking through the glass, put you to the test. The color jazz, laugh your stupid ass, have a bazooka blast. The color jazz, looking through the glass, put you to the test. The color jazz, laugh your stupid ass, have a bazooka blast.
The color jazz, look in the glass. I can bypass clouds, see color real fast. Couple miles from her Davis, that tattoo fan. We like to talk that jazz like a Utah fan. When I'm in set, flow is so butter, flying fat. Y'all, there's no other. I'm here for my sisters and all of my brothers. His fist in the sky, he screamed for his mother. Architect, the painter, Renaissance classism. Raphael with paintbrushes, daggers to fascism. Let's let the racists catch the fade again. Cutting them up like clippers, bring the fade in. Check it, let me your ears. no Van Gogh. Ride on these towers, don't watch the Van Gogh. Full throttle on the gas and we can't let up. They must heard they late and they can't catch up.
The color jazz, looking through the glass, put you to the test. The color jazz, laugh your stupid ass, have a bazooka blast. The color jazz, looking through the glass, put you to the test. The color jazz, laugh your stupid ass, have a bazooka blast. My native's got the color jazz. It's what all of you know it as, yeah. The color jazz. It's what you know it as, yeah. So blast it. The pizzazz of jazz will get your ass kicked. So blast it. The pizzazz of jazz will get your ass kicked. So blast it. The pizzazz of jazz will get your ass kicked. So blast it. This right here, the new classic.
You're weird at night, so weird at night. Thanks for being so weird at night. For 100 nights, weird at night.
Freed from the shackles of time and space, we present Weird at